I knew it. It wasn't all in my head. Thank you guys for letting me know in the comments of my first video today that the patch notes were bugged. Like, it's so funny because we were reading the bug fixes, but the patch notes themselves were bugged. The bugs of the bug fixes were bugged to buggy. So you know what we call that? Bugception. All right, let me shut up. Let's just get right into this. So I don't know exactly what's different. Everything beforehand is the same right here. So showing the 7 new scenarios and also talking about, you know, what's new with neighborhood stories. All this is new and the same, but we do have some differences here. So I'm gonna read through the Sims 4 base game. Actually, we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up to the top. So, Bust the Dust Kit. Sims no longer get the rage cleaning angry moodlet when Bust the Dust is disabled. We also optimize vacuum cleaners, so your Sims won't need to fight dust every day. Romantic garden stuff. Ghost Sims revive properly now when living Sims use the wishing wells wish for life interaction. And there actually are fixes for wedding stories. I said in my last video it didn't look like there were fixes, and it's because it was just glitched out and it wasn't displaying properly. Ceremony interactions are now available when doing a vow renewal or reception at another Sims's home. Sims should now show up in their appropriate attire for wedding ceremonies, and vow renewal is only available to married Sims, and wedding ceremony is only available to engaged Sims. I definitely did want a little more fixes. I'm not gonna sit here and like try to be super like, you know, picky and specific, because I mean the game should have never launched in the state that it was in anyways, but we have something, okay guys, we have something, and that is now available in this patch. Also, another thing that I want to note that I completely forgot to mention in the last video, mods. Please take out your mods folder before you update your game so you don't lose anything, nothing gets misplaced and all that stuff. So this is a pretty big patch, and I'm assuming that MCC is going to need to be updated or, you know, changed around, because what they added with neighborhood stories is basically an in-game version of MCCC. That's what you guys were saying in the comments of my last video. Strangerville, performing the ask about career interaction with the conspiracy theorist will no longer cause a llama icon to show on the Sims' career tab and on hovering on the Sim in the relationships tab, but it should display the correct icon now. For spa day, selecting tech lead yoga interactions now cancels practice yoga automatically. Cottage living, some Simmers reported that cows and llamas were getting stuck in their inventory after the Finchwick Fair had ended. We clarified how to return your animals to their sheds in their fair end notification. Get famous, uninvited Sims no longer walk into your Sims' house to, in quotes, catch up after your Sims' fame increases, and your Sims who are right on time to activity meetings no longer are chastised for being late. And now lastly, on to the Sims 4 base game. Some of these are the same, but also a lot of them are different. Most of these were bugged out as well. I was kind of confused while I was reading them, but I was like, I guess they're fixing them again? I don't know. It was just in the back of my mind, but my first instinct wasn't to question it, you know? I'm like, well, if the Sims team posted it, the Sims team posted it. We've seen them fix the same bugs multiple times because they come back, so I wasn't putting it past them, but they were not correct. So we fixed an issue that caused wedding venues not to be available for base game weddings. If a new scenario is available, you will see a notification now after logging into the game. Opening and closing the scenario's interface in live mode comes with a proper animation now. Simmers should no longer see the, in quotes, happily ever after outcome for the engaged in conflict scenario when both Sims have a good sentiment. The conditions for the, in quotes, too many to handle ending in the, in quotes, too many toddler scenario only apply to toddlers now that we're present when starting the scenario. We fixed an issue for some languages that cause scenario outcome text not to fit in the text box. The power couple scenario will conclude now when one of your Sims receives a promotion to CEO. The audio response when starting a scenario in a new save game and canceling a scenario in live mode has been improved. The work task interface for your active career should no longer clash with the scenario interface when joining a career and moving to the workplace at that time of work. The SP19 curly low pony hairstyle will now be visible in Creatism catalog now when the feminine fashion choice filter is selected. Fix an issue with the scenarios where the requirements for Sims to be spouses displayed is completed, although there was just one Sim in the household. The scenario name also shows the start scenario interface now when entering Create a Sim after starting a new scenario, the household requirements will no longer be overlapped by the Create a Sim catalog, and all information on the panel will be easy to read. Calling off an engagement will now count towards the villainous Valentine aspiration correctly. We also made a few updates to the friendly calls from other Sims that your Sims receive. Your Sims will no longer be called by a neighbor Sim and asked about becoming friends with another active household Sim your neighbor has never met before. Yeah, that shit makes no sense. It will also be much clearer for friendly relationship calls now, whether the Sims' get together is of a platonic or romantic nature. NPC Sims will also have sufficient confidence now and will no longer call your Sims asking for permission to be friends with their own spouse. So those are the changes, guys. Some things remain the same, some things different. Most of these changes, major changes coming from seasons and below, a lot of that stuff wasn't even there. And all of this up here, I'm not going to cover again because it was correct in the first one. As you can see, posted 605, edited 620, so things were changed and updated. I'm just happy that the bugged patches are now fixed, as well as a lot of these issues in the game. And once again, in this video, this was written by Sim Guru Kuxaku. A link to this will be on my website on the article that I just posted today, so make sure you guys click that to check it out. I love every single one of you. Thanks for watching. Of course, if there are any more updates, any more news, I will be here for you as soon as possible. That's of course if I'm not sleeping or if I'm home. I love you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Happy simming and also happy paraliving. Bye guys. This video was brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you'd like to join my community over there, a link is below. Thank you for watching.